firstly, we will claim all the delays on the contractors. These are their workers. They strike, and they did not complete our work. So for one, we're very clear that all from January right up to now, that all of this, we will officially go back to the contractors. Beginning of this year, and it's not correct that NUMSA's got Eskom over barrel, because this has got nothing to do with us. These are the contractors' workers. Beginning of this year, very right, the wildcat strike starts because the contractors, certainly one specific contract, did not deal with a specific issue on site. And we had 3 months worth of delay. We eventually, with the contractors and labor, the Minister of Public Enterprises, all of us sat down and negotiated the return to that. And part of that was that we would sit down and renegotiate the project labor agreement. And again, the renegotiation of the project labor agreement has been done by the chief execs of the contracting companies, this time Eskom being a partner, and does not take away any of their rights as an employee in terms of that relationship. So this has been renegotiated. They have all agreed and all signed. None of them has been coerced or forced to do any of that. I think if you look at some of the issues that we're trying to deal with, that labor was complaining about, then I would think that certainly as a construction industry, we have a big problem as to how workers got treated, how they're being dealt with in terms of differences on site, and how just the human relationship happened. All of that, they've all agreed to enter into new partnership agreement. That is in place. That does not replace any of, actually the dispute resolutions for all disputes is still the same as what was in the original project labor agreement, which was between the contractors and labor. That remains. And contractors must deal with the disputes that they have with their workers. So, and I must be clear, we have now negotiated this, all of us. We have drawn the line as Eskom. The contractors must now manage their workers, and they must start working for that matter.
So if there are further unprotected strikes, and a contractor decides to implement disciplinary procedures, you will not intervene?
We have never intervened.
You haven't prevailed on the contractors to pay bonuses?
We have never intervened. All of that we have, as I said, with the 3 months of strike, we all sat down around the room, all in Megawatt Park. We can get you through the list. And every chief exec of every construction company was there. And they all agreed as to how we should settle that issue in order to get workers back. Part of that settlement was the discussions around what people would be paid, which they've agreed to. And part of that was a renegotiation of the labor agreement. All of that is now in place. They must now implement it.
Tell me what the market saw when they 4 times oversubscribed your bond, as opposed to what Moody's said. What did you tell the market that Moody's didn't pick up?
The market had Moody's rating, and Moody's issue was and the rating agency has always been consistent around this. And the biggest issue was around policy certainty. And yes, we have electricity pricing policy in this country. We have decisions that were made. We've just never implemented it. Moody's concern was around the tariff path, the highly leveraged position that Eskom is in, the large expansion program that we have in terms of what we're dealing with. Standard & Poor's made similar comments, and the market has factored all of that in. What you see is the essential, critical nature of this company in the role of this economy. And in terms of what this company has in place, the plans it's got, the capabilities it's got to see these projects through and to be able to attract funding from multiple sources and then put that forward. But what is very important is how we as a company respond to 3 key things. The current asset base, making sure that that is sustainable, keeping the lights on, how we respond to delivering the expansion program, and how we respond to a massive challenge that's been created through the latest tariff decision. It's no easy task. It's going to be calling a fundamental rethink of Eskom and what we can and cannot do. And that has really been our discussion with investors. Investors had that full picture, taken account of the Moody's information. They certainly had it with them. But Eskom is central to this economy.